Okay, these are my reasons why I don't like Autotune Efx as much as everybody else. I've been going on YouTube and seeing some of the reviews, and people just love this effect. By me actually looking at some of the reviews, made me actually buy the Autotune Efx. I was using older versions, but I decided I was trying to make a decision between that one and the Pro. I should have got the Pro. I'm going to eventually go get the Pro anyway. But I'm just going to show you the reasons why I don't like it as much. Let's get into it. So I have a session up, and the reason that I feel like it's not as great, and maybe I should have got Autotune Access, is because you still need to use third-party plugins. Now, in a normal situation, when I'm doing, rap-related stuff, I want my ad-libs to sound like this. Now, this is just a regular Autotune. I don't have any effect patches on there, anything necessary, and it sounds like.
Going on. It's complicated, yeah, I know. And I ain't in no rush. Cause if it all goes wrong, I can't get close. But you've been loving on me, right?
So right off the bat, I have an auto panner going. I have the Futz box going, which is like, a vintage filter. I have a deverb. I have a doubler on there. So when I got the Autotune effect, I was like, maybe, I could get this plugin and it can kind of minimize my use of third-party plugins, but that just hasn't been the case because a lot of stuff in those patches are just unusable. You can't change them. You can change them with the XY pad, which is a little bit confusing to me because I get the concept of just trying to play with this little pad, but to me, if I wanted to do something like automations, it would be a lot harder to do. So I'll just show you guys. So here I took off my Futz box, I took off my doubler, I took off my deverb. I'm gonna leave the auto panner because I just don't believe that Autotune Efx is ever just gonna come out with a pan effect. So I left that on. So we'll just go through some of these effects. And remember, I wanted them to sound like this.
It's complicated, yeah, I know. And I ain't in no rush. Cause if it all goes wrong, I can't.
So even if I mute that deverb.
We got going on. It's complicated, yeah, I know. And I ain't in no rush. Cause if it all goes.
Something that can give me a sound like that would be dope. You know what I mean? So, we could just try to put it together because I went through a lot of these and I just couldn't find like certain sounds that I like, especially.
We got going on. It's complicated, yeah, I know. And I ain't in no rush. Cause if it all goes wrong, I can't get close. But you've been love. We got going on. It's complicated, yeah, I know. And I ain't in no rush. Cause if it all goes. We got going on. We got going on. It's complicated.
So as you go through the vocoder, some of this stuff sounds decent, you know what I mean? But as far as like using it for stuff that we could actually use, like unless I'm like using something that I specifically need a vocoder on, I'm not gonna ever use some of these vocoding.
It didn't cause some feelings, now I'm saying close, but you've been loving, close, but you've been love, 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 close, but you've been loving on me.
So as I go through these, like I said, like I'm not finding anything that I like.
Close, but you've been love, close, but you've been love, close, but you've been loving.
Like, what am I gonna use these for?
Close, but you've been loving, 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 close, but you've been loving. But you've been loving, close, 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 but you've been loving.
So even with the telephone effect that they have on here,
close, but you've been loving, 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 close, but you've been loving on me, close, but you've been loving, close, but you've been loving on me. But you've been loving, close, but you've been loving on me, close, but you been loving.
Like I said, like this stuff seems unusable.
But you been loving. But you been loving. But you been loving.
Maybe you could use some of the doublers for like, so maybe you could use some of the doublers for maybe like when you're tracking like backgrounds or something. But
you been loving.
I haven't seen anything that I would replace my third-party plugins. Even the basic stuff that comes with Pro Tools, the third-party plugins, I would use more than I would use the patches in here. That's why I don't think that Autotune Efx necessarily makes sense. I do like how they changed the algorithm because your voice is like a lot warmer to me, but just with these extra patches and the fact that you can't add any individual patches and this XY, this is stupid right here. I don't know what this is. Like, I get the concept. Well, I'm trying to get the concept, but it doesn't seem to me to be. And then like maybe doing like an effect, like I like the pitch up and down stuff, but what if I want to do Formant bends or something like that? Like, I'll give you another example.
Ooh, now I'm caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Caught up in a situation. Ooh, now I'm caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Ooh, now I'm caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Caught up in a situation. Caught up in a situationship. Ooh, I'm caught up in a situationship.
So on like an older version of like Autotune Evo or something, they have that Formant and that pitch bend that's a lot smoother. Maybe they have that on the Pro. I'm going to do a review on the Pro version, like I said. But that's what I'm missing on here. But if you give me an option to do, like a pitch in the throat version, then I'm going to think about, you know, what they had on the Autotune Evo with the Formant and the pitch bend that'll let you kind of do that, you know, like that, those pitch bends, that black burr kind of effect. But I'm not really too impressed by this plugin. I think that the main thing that they should have did was actually sit in studios with like people who use a lot of these records. Like, I've been an engineer for 10 plus years and sat down with people like me and other experts like pop people, rap, trap, all the people who kind of use, even like singers who use Autotune, and seen exactly what they were using it for, instead of getting with, I think, because we have some producers in here, but you know, vocal engineers would have told these Antares like exactly what Autotune is used for. So even with the sections, they have Antares and they have these. I would have had like trap, I would have had pop, I'd have had doublers, I'd have had pitch shift, I'd have had different sections and been more specific. And then like if you hear, because like in trap records, you hear the same type of ad lib over and over and over. Like so much to the point where I have a template that I created that it gives that effect. Like if Autotune could just hit, and I could just hit that button and it got to that effect, and maybe I could take some of the high end or add some of the high end back or roll off the low end and, you know, bring it back. That's the only thing that I probably needed to do. Then I can go and add my delays and my reverbs with third-party plugins if Autotune Efx wasn't going to necessarily add those things. So those are just the reasons why I didn't think that Autotune Efx was worth it. Maybe the Pro version is worth it, but to me, I could have used the access and just kept using the third-party plugins. To me, this is, I wouldn't say a waste of money because, you know, it sounds good. You know, if you're looking for just a, you know, pitch correct, it sounds amazing. But as far as anything else, it's like these plugins, these effects that they've offered that you can't change around and you can't put in different orders, that you have to patch exactly what they want you to look for. Disappointing. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Hope you guys learned something. And also, if you guys want to get this sound that I have templates. Go to Pro Tools Presets or go to my website, protoolspresets.com. Pick up a template. All right. Holla.